Hey guys, welcome to my first look at the Paranautical Activity beta as we get into a game here. So Paranautical Activity is a very early beta of a, well, as far as I can tell anyway. I don't know how long it's been in beta, but it's beta-y. It's not like a beta that's actually just a preview of the game. You know, this is a work in progress for sure. But anyway, it is a first-person roguelike, which is what kind of made it catch my eye and made me contact the developer, who actually, turns out, developer of this game, fan of the channel, which kind of surprised me. But anyway, this is, let's see, anyway, let's check out the shop here, and then I'll gather my thoughts a little bit. So, we've got, as you can see, we collect money when we kill enemies. Might as well pick this up. Yeah, I like that a lot better than the shotgun for sure. We got spinach, which I assume is a health up. I've never actually managed to buy that. And Kiss of Death is more bombs. Or, no it isn't. It's more damage. For a second I was thinking it was a bomb upgrade. It wasn't. Anyway, it's not important. It's an upgrade. But anyway, so this is... Basically, my impressions of the game are, imagine if somebody took, like, Doom/Heretic and made a roguelike out of them, and it was still very incomplete and missing a lot of stuff. That is currently what Paranautical Activity is right now. It's a fun game, man. I've played probably about half an hour to 45 minutes of this, and that's how long it took me to beat the game once, so it's very short so far. It's also very difficult. It took me a long time to get familiar enough with the enemies. Well, not a long time, but several runs to get familiar enough with the enemies that I wasn't just dying instantly every time, because it's very unforgiving. I think one of my biggest complaints with this game, actually, is that there's no invincibility timer. So as you can see, right now I have 1 armor, or that's basically the spirit heart of this game, if you're familiar with Isaac, as well as 5 hearts. And if I get myself into a bad situation, like, look at this guy's rate of fire. If I just stood there and took it, I would die basically instantly. So that's the level of forgivingness that you're looking at with this game. It's very very tricky to get used to, especially when you first start. You're gonna find yourself dying instantly a lot of times, but that's fine, because that's kind of how Isaac is as well, you know. But I do think that an invincibility timer would be you know, a welcome change in this game, and there are a lot of things that would be welcome changes, but overall I'm actually really impressed with how into this game I've been in my entire time with it. It's good. It's exactly what I want a first-person roguelike to be, you know. I'm a huge fan of the original Doom and, you know, games made on that engine, such as Heretic. And this game is really, it's a love letter to that as well as Isaac. It wears its Isaac influence on its sleeve, which I think is not a bad thing at all, for sure. This is a really... I'm excited about what it's going to turn into as development progresses, and this is still very much in development. It looks like they're planning a major update on February 28th, and I'll probably try to cover that as well and kind of keep up with this game, because I really want to see where it goes. Now, as for whether you guys should buy it, that's an interesting question. Because here's the thing with Paranautical Activity. Forgot the title for a second there. Here's the thing with Paranautical Activity. This game is not very long. Like I said, it's like a 20-minute game, probably less than that if you're good enough to beat it. And there's not a whole lot of replay value yet. I've seen a lot of the same items over again. There might be maybe 10 items, as well as... I can't remember how many weapons I've seen. There's probably about 4 or 5, maybe 6 weapons in the game. So it's very incomplete so far. And they're charging a whopping $6 for this, which I know that's not much. You know, I feel like kind of an asshole for implying that $6 is a lot of money for a video game. But when you look at, like, Isaac is $5. So you're gonna pay $6 for this unfinished game that's a lot like Isaac, but, like, I don't want to be an asshole or anything, but it's just straight up not as good as Isaac. And, it's going to cost a lot of money. I wonder if there are secret rooms in this game. I'm going to try it out. I'm going to lay a bomb here. Nah. Worth a shot. As you can see, the map works really well. I like the way the map works. Except that apparently we're always facing north. Look at that. There's an N on the map, but it doesn't mean anything. That's pretty funny. Anyway, So yeah, I don't know if I can recommend buying this for $6. If you're like me, like I would pay $6 for this game just because I want to support the development of this game, which I'm doing instead by, you know, making a video and showing it to all of you guys and hopefully making you guys spend your money instead of mine. But yeah, it's a game that I want to see go somewhere because I've really, ever since I started playing Isaac, really thought that it would be so cool to have basically a first-person Isaac, and you know, the developers of this game thought the exact same thing as me and made this game because they can make games, unlike myself. Using some bombs to do some crowd control here, hopefully. But yeah, this is like my dream game come to life, though it's still it's seeing my dream game in its infancy in development, you know. So we can grab this skull. Every single time, unlike Isaac, you fight the same boss on the same floor and he gives you the same upgrade. I thought there was coins there. So in this case, that skull gives us... Man, we did not get enough for this finish. That sucks. So we're going to have to move on to the next floor without it. But what was I just saying? Oh, we just got floating bombs from that. But anyway, yeah, so it's tough to recommend that you like run out to Desura, and by the way, this is only on Desura. But it's tough for me to recommend you run out to Desura and purchase the game. Oh yeah, crossbow. Crossbow is by far the best upgrade in the game, in my opinion. Spring, I'm not a fan of. I bought the spring one time, and it makes you jump higher, which hasn't really been all that useful in my experience with the game. I feel like it's an unbalanced thing, because it's like, you know, sure, it could be useful to jump higher, but it's not in this particular game. So why upgrade your jump? Because the flip side is it makes it very annoying sometimes to get over small gaps because you have to jump really, really high and then wait for yourself to fall. So I found it to be kind of a downgrade. I would, to improve the spring, I would both make it so that being able to jump is bonus, and also make it so you can tap the button to not jump high and then hold down the button to jump higher, as is conventional in most games, because right now it's a pretty annoying upgrade. But minor complaint. It's not like it ruined my run. That was actually the time I won, was when I had the spring. But yeah, so should you spend $6 on this game? If you're expecting right now to get a $6 game out of your investment, no, you are not going to get $6 of value out of the current version of the beta. But it's not like you're stuck with the version you get. You buy the game forever when you pay that $6. So you're gambling that eventually this game will turn into something that you would want to play. And for me, for my money, I think that's pretty much a given. Man, I'm taking some damage here. That was close. But yeah, I think that's pretty much a given for me. Like, I'm really looking forward to this turning into a long and interesting game that is maybe worth a let's play. But as it is right now, again, I beat it in my first hour. So probably not. Oh god, those guys blow up in your face. Get away from me. Get away from me. Get away from me. Please don't be an asshole. Ah, he's being an asshole. There we go. Okay. I could be in trouble here. But anyway, the crossbow, which I picked up, my favorite gun by far in Paranautical Activity. It's basically the mom's knife of Paranautical Activity, except it shows up all the goddamn time. Because what it does is, like, you saw how long it took me to kill, like, those big, like, demon guys that have the rapid fire. Crossbow one-shots them, and it's really good on bosses as well. But like mom's knife, you know, it's good on single targets with a lot of HP and bosses. Not so great on, like, those flying guys who don't have so much damage but are hard to aim at. But if you're good with it, then it works on them just fine as well. And so I think it's perfectly analogous to mom's knife. So the way it works is if you charge up your crossbow, then it fires quickly and with not too much of an arc, but if you don't charge it, then it just falls flat. I'm not sure if it changes the damage, but I don't think it does when you charge. I think that's just affects the flight of the crossbow bolt, but it doesn't take that long to charge. Certainly not as long as mom's knife does, in fact. Oh, come on. Are you kidding me? Black Mage, come on, man. But anyway, as for the story of this game, all I know is it is apparently set on a ghost ship, but I don't know, man. I haven't seen anything too ghost shippy about this, except some of the items are nautically themed, like The boss of this level actually is going to give me an item that I'm not going to pick up. It's called Blubber, and it gives you, oops. What did I just get hit by? Sweet, I've never actually seen this room layout before, which is odd. The bomb. Oh, doors are open now. Must have been an exploding guy who like committed suicide on me. Weird, man. Anyway, yeah, you get Blubber, which halves your movement speed and doubles your health. Or I don't know if it always doubles your health, but it gives you 6 additional health slots. And you might think, like, 6 additional health slots, that's awesome, but movement is everything in this game. If you can't move, you're gonna die. So every time I pick that item up, it has caused my death on the next floor. So we're gonna avoid that on this floor. But anyway, that's kind of nautically themed, you know, it's Blubber from a whale. And some of the other items as well are nautically themed. Anyway, we're having some health problems here. Hopefully I'll pick up some more hearts soon. Oh, that was close. That was very close. Oh. What the fuck keeps, like, shooting at me from behind that doesn't actually exist? I feel like there's a glitched enemy following me and hitting me when I stand still. But anyway, as per, you know, any roguelike, really, we're gonna get all we can out of every floor. That was very poor. I backed myself into a wall against that guy. Oh, that was close. Oh, come on. But yeah, so as you can see, like, the gameplay in this game is great. There's just a lot of tweaking that needs to be done to turn it into a game, and of course it needs a lot more levels and items and blah 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 to, you know, make it interesting. But this is the foundation of what could be one of my favorite games ever. I'm really looking forward to seeing where this game goes. And if you kind of feel the same way as me and you think this is an awesome looking game, then I highly encourage you to head over to Desura and purchase Paranautical Activity for yourself. And, you know, hang out, play the beta a little bit. It's fun. It's a good few hours of entertainment probably for most people. And, you know, follow the beta and know that your donation basically will go toward making the game better in the future and allowing them to continue developing it. Which is definitely something that I want to happen. So again, that floor gave us Blubber, which we are going to ignore because fuck Blubber. And we're going to move on to the next floor instead. Lots of money. Hopefully we can see the lightning bolt in the shop. That's something that I could not afford last time I saw it. But yeah, as you guys can see after seeing some of the gameplay here, this game, like I said, wears its Isaac influence on its sleeve. This is basically Isaac on the Doom engine, and I am totally fine with that. I love Isaac, I love Doom, and the idea of putting them together is brilliant and awesome, and I am totally down with this game. Oh, that should have hit me. I like walked around that fireball somehow. But anyway, so I got 5 hits. I don't know, I think I could probably survive the floor at this point. The third floor is not that much harder than the second floor, and spoiler alert, this is actually the last floor in the beta, unfortunately. Though I think, like I said, I believe they're adding new floors soon. So maybe what I'll do is, like, every time this game gets an update, I'll play through the update on camera and turn it into kind of an intermittent Let's Play, because right now, you know, there's not a whole ton of content, and I would be surprised if the content was enough to last more than a few videos in the next update, but we'll see. We shall see. If they add a lot of hard monsters, who knows? Because right now, it's very Isaac-y in that you need to recognize the monsters that you're fighting and know their patterns and how to avoid getting hit by them. And then, oh god, that was bad. And also not trap yourself in corners, which is something I should probably be better at with all of my Doom and Heretic experience over the course of my life. But hey. One thing that's a little bit unfortunate about the crossbow, and something that I think makes it a little bit unbalanced, is the fact that it is, it makes bombs largely, unimportant, I think. Hey, there's a lightning bolt! What does it do? Move and shoot faster. I'm down with that. Oh, that is neat. I'm not... Yeah, I think it does affect the like, arc of my crossbow bolt. That is badass. Alright, gum for sticky bombs, and powder keg for more damage bombs. I guess I'll take the more damage bombs. And I have to be very careful here. One addition I would like to see is the ability to buy health and armor from shops. Similar to Isaac, where you can't get a ton, but you can get a little bit to kind of help you keep going, because I am in a bad spot here. But I'm doing okay now. I picked up a lot of hearts in this room. Oh, get away from me. I hate these motherfuckers. They're so cheap. They're very similar to like suicide popcorns in Isaac. They just jump at you and explode. And often, depending on the room layout, there's not really anything you can do about it. Oh, shit. And that's the lack of invincibility timer going on there. So yeah, I should clarify, if they put in an invincibility timer, I don't think the game is like unbalancedly difficult, far from it. But it's easy to die very, very quickly in a cheap way because of the lack of the invincibility timer. But obviously, if they add that, they will need to rebalance health drops and hopefully add some more challenging enemies as well, so that the game stays difficult. I definitely don't want the game to become super easy. Sometimes you get backed into a corner, get hit 5 times in a row, and you're dead, and you're like, oh, come on, Paranautical Activity. That wasn't really fair. But anyway, that's the end of the last floor. These guys are super easy with the crossbow. This is basically an envy that shoots at you. I don't know how hard he is without the crossbow, since I've never gotten here without the crossbow, but with the crossbow, what a joke. And we will get the last item in the game, Iris's Wings, which allows you to fly, which is pretty neat, and I'm really looking forward to taking that onto future floors and being able to fly around. That sounds badass. But as it is, that's the end of the game. So, as you can see, once you have some practice in it, just like Isaac, but, imagine if Isaac ended at the end of the caves. That's basically where Paranautical Activity is right now. So yeah, this is a really neat first-person roguelike, something that I've been wanting to see for a while, and I'm really happy that it is being created by these two dudes, Mike Malbec and Travis Fenning. I don't know how to pronounce that. And I'm really excited to see what's coming up next. I think $6 is probably an unfortunate price point. I think it would have been maybe a little bit smarter to make this like a $2 purchase so that more people would be interested in adopting. I think overall that might make them more money, but that said, $6 for the promise of a really cool roguelike is fine in my book. And I really encourage you all to pick it up if you think this is the sort of thing you want to support. And definitely keep an eye on it if you don't want to necessarily just make it a charity case, but you like roguelikes like I do. Because, it's a roguelike. So keep an eye on it. I'll definitely be making some more videos on it as it gets updated. And hopefully soon we'll see this fleshed out into a more complete game, because that would be awesome. I'd be really happy about that. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.